Hey, Mac Delta Fish Go. Thanks for stopping in. This video is about replacing the bunks from your home, or your garage, your driveway, wherever. Most guys that I know, they take it down the Marina, or they pay somebody to do it at a boat shop. But this is a kind of a DIY. This is a DIY, not kind of way to do it from home. So let's get into it. First, let me say, check your bunks. It's super simple. It's super quick. Whether before or after you've gone fishing, but as long as the boat's off the trailer, it's the perfect time to check them physically, visibly, and it'll save you, could possibly save lives and hundreds of dollars in damage if you don't do it or procrastinate it. Worth it in my book. I've never had a problem because I do check mine. Knock on wood. But I'd like to think that 2-3 minutes of your time is worth the headache of not checking it and having a bad accident happen to you. All right, so let's start getting into this. Disconnect your trailer, your boat from the truck. Chalk your boat, especially specifically the other side, the opposite side you're going to be working on. So whether you've got good chalks, wood chalks, whatever, rocks, just chalk your boat. All right, my bunks on here were 97 inches long. So I went to Home Depot, got a couple of 10-footers. I needed some extra wood anyways for some other projects. So I bought, and it's construction grade lumber. This is just for example. This was a piece of it that came off. You can, if you have a good wood store and they're already dried and in perfect shape, you know, you can afford them, get them. This is construction grade, so not only were they not exactly perfect 2x4s, but they were a little damp, so I needed to let them dry for like 2 or 3 days in the garage until I was comfortable that they were gonna, you know, not warp out on me once I go through the process of rewrapping them and everything. So anyways, yeah, I let them dry for a couple days. Then I cut them down to size, and then I sanded them with some 220 grit. You probably do 120 as well, or 180, but 220 was good enough just to give me a little smoother surface and also to knock off the edges, especially on the ends, so I didn't have any hard ends here, you know, on the wood surface itself. I wanted everything rounded up, nice and rounded off. So that was the prep for the wood. I wanted to also see if I could get a little bit longevity, a little bit longer life out of the wood. It's not my idea. I got it from somebody else, but I've also, while I was at Home Depot, I got this 3M Bondo liquid resin and some chip brushes, some cheap chip brushes. I think I already had those. I got them from Harbor Freight, but you don't need a high-end brush for this. This is going to seal the wood. And I also bought some Gorilla Glue spray adhesive for the wood, for the carpet to stick. And then you're gonna want some stainless steel staples. These I think I ordered off of Amazon, but it's like $5 or $6 for like 500 of them. Stainless steel because of the rust factor. Okay, 1/2 inch, 12 millimeter for my staple gun. You need a staple gun. Also, you need my hardware, the lag bolts on here, 9/16, but whatever your bolts are, make sure you got the proper tool to put them in, whether it's a ratchet or impact wrench, impact gun. All right, so yeah, I prepped the wood. I put the resin on here, a good solid coat. I let it dry for about 2 hours outside in the driveway. Make sure you got some good ventilation. This stuff smells funky, but yeah, I had that dry. Once it dried, I laid my carpet out to size. Now I'm not going to go into details on how to do that, but basically you're going to be present wrapping your 2x4s. So cut it, measure it accordingly. Once I did that, I sprayed the wood and the carpet with the Gorilla Glue adhesive spray, and then I wrapped the wood, and then I used the stainless steel staples to secure everything. Now, nothing needs to be said, but I'm saying it anyways. You don't put staples on the side that the boat sits on. So if the boat's sitting on here, don't put any staples up here. Put them in sides and put them on the bottom. And you can't use enough staples. You got 500, you just bought 500 of them, or you have them, You don't have to use all 500, but use them. So yeah, I did both bunks, got that knocked out, and they're ready to go. So let's now talk about getting the boat up off of the old bunks so you can put the new ones on. Now, when you're doing this, this is the part where you don't want kids running around that could actually bump the boat off or anything else. So make sure your work area is going to be safe for you and anybody else in the area. All right. First thing you're going to want to do is lower your tongue jack all the way down as far as it'll go. Next thing you're going to want to do is get either your floor jack or a bottle jack and go ahead and now as close as you can to the rear axle. This is as close as I can get. So fenders here. Jack this up. Now jack this up until you can get a jack stand and a spacer block underneath the edge of the boat here. You'll jack this up high enough to when you've got that there installed, you can lower this and it'll actually give you the separation from the bunk, the boat and the bunk. The weight of the boat will be sitting on the jack stand. I didn't say it earlier, but I'm going to say it now. Make sure you remove your transom straps. So you've lowered this. The boat's now suspended 2 to 3 inches off of the old bunk in the back, and it's sitting on the jack stand. Now you can go to the front and raise your tongue jack until it separates here on the front end of it. Now your boat's going to be completely suspended off of your bunk, your old bunk. You can then go in and remove your lag bolts. For this trailer, there's 2, 4, and 6. So 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. Take your old bunk off, slide it out, slide your new one in. If you got a little clamp, it helps, whether you put it on the front here or on the back just to hold one end in place. You can take your drill bit, drill your pilot holes, and then reinsert your lag bolts. You don't need new ones. Mine didn't need new ones anyways. I just reused old ones. Get your bunk in place, pilot holes, lag bolt them back in, make sure they're secure. And now you can go to putting the weight of the boat back on here. So you'll just do the reverse steps. You'll go ahead and you'll lower your front end jack, your tongue jack, which will start to put the weight back on the front end of the new bunk. Then you can start jacking your frame up to clear that jack stand, and then pull that out, and then lower your jack stand again, which will allow the boat to sit back on the bunk for the rear end of it. And that's it. Once you've got that done, you can go ahead and you can do the other side just as easy in that same process. And once you've got everything on there, I would say go back under. Now that you've got the whole pressure of the boat on both bunks, recheck your lag bolts, tighten them down, make sure they're secure, and you're good to go. So let's go back over that process. First off, get your wood, cut it down to size, knock off the hard edges, seal it, wrap it in carpet with adhesive spray and staples. Now you've got your bunk set, your new bunk set to go. Get prepping the boat to clear the old bunks. Lower the front end of your tongue jack all the way down. Put your floor jack closest to the axle on the frame, the trailer frame. Jack your frame up high enough so where you can get a jack stand with soft support underneath it. Go ahead and lower your jack, your bottle jack or floor jack, and that will give you separation from the rear end off the boat, off of the bunks. Then you can go to the front end of the boat, jack it up, and it'll give you the separation on the forward end of the bunks. Now you should have that 2 to 3 inches of space in there to slide the old bunks out and slide your new ones in, remount them, and then reverse that process. Lowering your front, jacking the middle back up, pulling your jack stand out, and then lowering the boat back down onto the frame. And that's it. Rinse and repeat for the other side. Now I will say, after your first outing and you got the wood wet, hopefully the wood's not wet because you sealed it, but the carpet will be wet. And you will have some compression, obviously, because of the boat weight. When you get back home, give it a couple days, and then go into there one more time and just check your lag bolts. Just to make sure, you know, now that everything's compressed a little bit, you want to make sure those lag bolts are solidly secured all the way. And that's it. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll put a list of the materials that I bought from Home Depot or Amazon, and you can mimic those or find something, you know, close to or wherever. But pretty much everything I would say you can get at one Home Depot run. Everything else you're just gonna need, if you have it in your garage or shop or whatever you got: floor jack, jack stand, and some type of soft, I used a 4x4 carpeted to put on top of the jack stand so the boat can sit on that temporarily while I change the bunks out. But that's it. If you, like I said, you got any questions, put them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. Or if you need a little bit more detailed explanation, I'll definitely be able to give that to you. And I hope this helps you. And just another option of changing out your bunks versus going down the marina. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Mac, Delta Fishco, I'm out.